Seeing and hearing a wild turkey in the woods is one of the most memorable outdoor experiences you can have. And with more than 7 million wild turkeys in North America today, they've become a familiar sight. But that wasn't the case just 100 years ago. At the turn of the 20th century, there were only about 30,000 wild turkeys in the United States. The large birds were the victims of uncontrolled market hunting and massive habitat changes related to logging and agricultural practices. People rarely saw wild turkeys when the National Wild Turkey Federation was founded in 1973. Wild turkeys have certainly had their ups and downs throughout history, but they've always played an important role in our North American heritage. Turkeys were abundant back when European settlers first arrived. Wildlife biologists estimate that there may have been between 7 and 10 million of these birds across North America, and Native Americans used them not only for their delicious meat, but also for ceremonial rituals and tools. They even used the wing bones of wild turkeys to make some of the earliest game calls known to man. As pioneers swept westward and land was cleared to provide lumber for a growing nation, workers and families looked upon the wild turkey as a source of food. And without a wildlife management plan to go by, we almost lost the wild turkey forever. Hunters issued the first voice of concern about the turkey's tenuous existence, and it was their conservation leadership that paved the way for the wild turkey's unprecedented comeback. Early efforts to rebuild their populations began in the 1920s. One of the earliest attempts was to raise turkeys in pens and then release them into the wild. That plan failed. Conservationists quickly discovered that wild turkeys raised in pens lack the survival instincts of birds that hatch and grow in the wild. As biologists learned more about wild turkeys, they developed a far better way to restore populations that involved trapping and transferring wild birds. Using cannon nets and later rocket-propelled nets to trap dozens of turkeys at a time, biologists would then release wild turkeys into new areas that had the right habitat but no turkeys. Soon, the thundering gobbles of these great birds began to echo all across the land. Today, wild turkeys are found in every state but Alaska, as well as in Canada and Mexico. The eastern wild turkey inhabits most of the United States east of the Mississippi River and into Canada's southern reaches. The Osceola wild turkey is named for a great chief of the Creek tribe and lives only in the state of Florida. The Rio Grande wild turkey is native to the Rio Grande Valley and other arid parts of the Midwestern United States. The Merriam's wild turkey makes its home in mountainous terrain of the American West. And the Gould's wild turkey can be found in the southernmost part of Arizona and New Mexico, as well as throughout Mexico's Sierra Madre Mountains. This amazing comeback story is due to a lot of hard work by a great team of state, federal, and provincial wildlife agencies working with the National Wild Turkey Federation and its partners. NWTF volunteers have helped raise millions of dollars that was then used by wildlife agencies across North America to trap and transfer the birds to new and suitable habitat. National Wild Turkey Federation members continue to raise lots of money today and then donate their time to improve habitat for wild turkeys and other wildlife. They manage land and plant trees that provide food and homes for wildlife. Making sure we have wildlife for future generations is everyone's job, and fortunately, there are lots of people who care about the wild turkey. You can help by joining the National Wild Turkey Federation and participating in events close to your home. You can also participate through the JAKES and Extreme JAKES programs. JAKES stands for Juniors Acquiring Knowledge, Ethics, and Sportsmanship. And Jake's events are not only fun, but they're a great way to learn about wildlife and the outdoors by trying lots of new activities. Members of the Jake's program help with conservation projects all across North America, from releasing wild turkeys into new areas to planting trees and improving habitat for wildlife. Extreme Jake's is perfect for teens to try their hand at age-appropriate outdoor skills. The next time you see a turkey in the woods, remember the awesome comeback of this enduring symbol of the great outdoors, the American wild turkey.